Welcome back, PunchDrunk family.
You got your guys here with your Mr. Swag No Aggie.
And I'm just Dan.
And we are back with another reaction video.
Another death battle, y'all. We got Madara versus Aizen. Naruto versus Bleach. Anime versus anime.
Two badass bad guys that don't give a shit, that will beat your ass.
Yeah, I don't know much about them, so if I'm quiet during this video, because I'm taking in information.
Listen.
If you see my face like this, that don't mean I'm not interested.
Listen,
I'm listening.
I'm gonna make sure he's interested. He just started Naruto, so he's in the beginning.
Yeah.
Bleach.
Even though before that, I heard Madara was a bad man.
That's a bad man right there.
That's my early pick already.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing about Aizen, but the shit I heard about Madara.
Well, remember on our old video we talked about Aizen, you know, stopping the dude's sword with his finger.
I don't know that dude who's fighting.
Ichigo, bro. Come, guys, let's get into the video, man. You got it.
Before we do, make sure you guys like this video, support your boy, subscribe, do all the things. You know how to work YouTube. We love you.
Yes. So with all that being said, Madara, Aizen, death battle. Let's go. Here we go.
Madara Uchiha, the legendary messianic shinobi from Naruto.
Sosuke Aizen, the Soul Reaper who stood upon the heavens from Bleach.
We may dream of glory, but these two have the will to power
one of the
to
best
take it by
fights
force
ever.
and claim a seat among the gods.
They're the biggest, baddest anime bosses around, and not even death can stop them. Ghost versus zombie. Let's go.
Ooh.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's
One
our
of the
job to
best
analyze
fights.
their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Here we go.
Endless destruction, countless dead, a plot to conquer the planet. The ninja world was at war.
For the fourth time, only one man could save humanity from itself, from beyond the grave.
The same man who orchestrated this war in the first place in order to end all wars forever. Madara Uchiha.
From birth, war was the only thing the young Madara knew, and there was no ninja he liked fighting more than Hashirama Senju.
Hashirama!
Basically,
Yeah,
Ninja Romeo
it's an ongoing thing with them
Belonging
too.
to opposing clans, Madara and Hashirama were forced to battle each other for years, all the while dreaming of a better future.
Their bromance eventually overcame their clan's
That was 5D
differences, and the
chess.
two groups merged.
Hold on, let's go. All right, so again, helping you out. So of course, formerly the Uchiha, shout out to the Uchiha, who are basically the Saiyans. So you know what that means.
Yeah.
Most of them wiped out. What is Zushi?
His favorite food. Is it food?
That sounds like it.
I'll pop it up here. That's what it is, y'all.
Then hobbies is falconry and 5D chess. 5D chess.
As I say, what is 5D chess?
He's skinny though. 5'10", only 157.
Look like me.
Madara wasn't satisfied with Hashirama's dream of peace through cooperation. He desired an immortal peace through total domination.
Everyone else thought that was crazy. So he bounced, and then he came back to wage war against the village he helped build. Well, that didn't last long, huh?
Madara's megalomania was perhaps fated, considering he is in fact the reincarnation of the demigod Indra Otsutsuki and the inheritor of his immensely powerful chakra.
Basically, physical and spiritual energy that makes ninja magic. Madara specializes in fire and wood style jutsus, which just seems irresponsible to put those together, like a gender reveal party waiting to happen.
Great.
His blood is especially impressive, considering it's the only
Very
style
impressive.
of elemental jutsu that can create life. Why are you looking at me like that?
Madara can even use his Gunbai to absorb ninjutsu and return
Basically
it
a fan.
right back to sender. You know you're a badass when you can take on armies with just a friggin' fan.
Madara has torn apart hordes of ninja without breaking a sweat, taken a beating from every tailed beast at once, and even defeated the 5 Kage, some of the strongest shinobi in the world.
The Raikages even stated to be fast enough to move at light
Real quick,
speed.
is he in first Naruto or
He's
Shipping.
talked about. All right, so here's the thing. In the regular Naruto, he's talked about.
okay?
Everybody know the greatest ninja, Madara. He definitely talked about what's his name, but in Shippuden, that's when you know who Madara is.
Okay.
And for people that knows Naruto Shippuden knows that somebody takes on his name first. So I'm not even gonna spoil it for you because I want you to really watch it.
Okay. They probably gonna spoil it.
They probably gonna spoil. No, hopefully not. They're not gonna spoil you who tried to play as Madara.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Or the comments will.
Ninja like Orochimaru have dodged literal photon beams.
But Madara's greatest tool is the one born from his very bloodline, the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. These magical eyes massively enhance his perception down to the cellular level, allowing him to predict movements, see the flow of chakra, and summon the mighty perfect Susanoo.
The Sharingan can also cast a genjutsu that'll trap anyone that looks at it in an illusion, and even break them out of those same illusions.
In Sasuke's case, even ones as strong as Itachi's Tsukuyomi, which can warp your perception of time. Itachi used it on a fellow Uchiha and made her live out her entire life in the span of 1/100th of 1/1000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second.
And when she died in the illusion, she died for real. If Sasuke could break out of it, Madara could too, easily.
And after grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he
would always have a piece of his Romeo inside it. This is my ship, Wiz. Stop.
It's so crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think he's gonna win, because he is such a cheat. Regeneration cells. He had some shit with him. So I gotta see more about Aizen, but with Madara, I basically know everything.
Looking at me like that.
He not only gained a healing factor strong enough to regenerate from having half his body vaporized, but also the terrifying Rinnegan.
AKA the big chungus of all eye magic. The ringy eyes let Madara absorb chakra and ninjutsu, create invisible limbo clones, see and remove your soul from your body, and summon giant-ass meteors. As if he needed any more fucking powers.
While the Rinnegan lacks some of the Sharingan's unique abilities, he can switch between them at will.
After tearing the ninja world a new asshole, Madara was finally defeated in a climactic battle for the ages by his BFF, and thus the life of a legendary shinobi came to an end in the arms of his one true love.
That's the one thing. Yeah.
All right, this is gonna get pretty crazy, but just bear with me. Fearing a defeat in battle, Madara set a time-delayed jutsu that would posthumously rewrite reality and bring him back to life. And it worked! So Madara tricked another Uchiha, Obito, into witnessing his best friend murdering his other best friend. Then he tasked Obito with manipulating the world into another war. Meanwhile, he gave his own Rinnegan to Nagato with the goal of getting it back after he was brought back to life the second time.
Yo,
with the outer path.
he played everything.
Make sense?
Nah, that'll never work.
I'm saying that stuff I heard though. Like
got the Rinnegan back
he planned everything in Shippuden.
Back to life, and he got his eyes back from Obito after some backstabbing. Then he sealed the awakened ten tails within himself in order to gain ultimate power and create the world's greatest nap time ever.
Yeah, that's how people love that. Like that's how people watch it, understand like how this man created all this shit. Everybody thought, oh, I'm doing this for me. He had that shit planned from the beginning.
Don't let their size fool you. These truth-seeking orbs are in another league. The Ten Tails is strong enough to wipe continents off the map, and the orbs can be shaped into weapons that will completely disintegrate anything they come into contact with. Not even ninja resurrected through Edo Tensei like Minato could regenerate limbs lost to the truth-seeking orbs, which means they had to erase his literal spirit itself.
Madara's power was so insane, he was considered comparable to the original Sage of Six Paths, the dude who helped create the friggin' moon.
And when Madara created meteors, they were large enough to show up against the curvature of the Earth. Measuring their size and estimating the height at which Madara lifted,
get that math.
They'd have to possess a potential energy of at least 372 petatons of TNT.
We know his real numbers, all right? I don't need to see that in the comments.
Who kicked hard enough to
don't make it not funny.
Madara even has an attack where he hawks light speed loogies.
Considering even base Madara has displayed speeds on par with Light Timing Ninja, we know Ten Tails Madara would have to be significantly faster thanks to the Ten Tails' power.
With virtually no one left to oppose him, Madara's plot was finally in the endgame. He awakened the Rin Sharingan, and with the God Tree summoned, he cast the infinite Tsukuyomi, spreading the tree's roots across the entire
24 hours
planet
straight.
and capturing every single person in the world. This would enslave all of humanity in an endless dream world, free of conflict forever.
He basically won, except for plot.
Domination.
Honestly speaking, he basically won
chakra
a
would have
plot.
involved physically spreading its roots through and around the entire Earth in mere moments. Estimating the tree's mass and the speed at which the roots were moved, his chakra must have released an energy exceeding 1 yotaton of TNT.
That's a new one.
This was with just one jutsu.
I don't remember yotatons ever popping up in
Could
Death
possibly even touch Madara Uchiha?
Kishimoto himself didn't even know. Madara's power was so overwhelming, the only thing that could take him down was treachery.
Even the man with the magic eyes couldn't see that coming.
All that was left was his old friend Hashirama, there to comfort him in his final
bromance.
Just like Romeo
Oh, you
and
dog.
Juliet, for never was there a story of more woe than this of Hashirama and his Madara. I
Yeah.
read it in iambic pentameter.
Is there a gas leak in here?
Now the real fun begins.
Yeah, he's at work.
He's one of them characters I can tell the writers had so much fun writing.
Yes.
Just giving him powers over powers over powers. Keep him coming back. Like, so
Yeah.
you can tell they enjoy that.
Yes. And he was the perfect villain. He was the perfect villain in Naruto because you always heard about him. Everyone's like, oh man, Madara is this, Madara is that.
Mhm.
And like I said, the one guy who tried to take as a Madara, you thought like, okay, that's really Madara. But then you're like, that's not Madara. And then when you actually saw what he could do, it's like, oh shit. Like he won basically. He won, but because of plot, they had the treachery and shit like that. But yeah, he was fun. Now we're going into Aizen. Aizen, I only know very little of.
The Soul Society was in chaos. One of its leading Shinigami was set to be executed under suspicious circumstances. A band of humans from the living world had invaded to save her, and Sosuke Aizen, captain of the 5th Division of the Gotei 13, was dead. Murdered.
What
No.
dastardly mastermind could have been behind all this? He'd have to be a galaxy-brained 5D chess master.
The man responsible was, in fact, Sosuke Aizen.
Little is known about the man's past, only that he isn't a man. A
Hundreds of
human
years
man,
old.
but a soul reaper.
These Shinigami are spiritual beings who ferry lost souls to the afterlife and purify those who have turned evil in the living world.
They're badass anime wizard Grim Reaper swordsmen. Though Aizen himself was hardly that cool. I mean, just look at those glasses. Dork.
But this Clark
Yeah, okay.
Kent was harboring a secret. Aizen had spent years attempting to develop the means to ultimate power, ruining the lives of many of his colleagues via his twisted experiments.
Oh, so when Aizen does it, he's a supervillain. But when you do it to me, it's shut the hell up, Boomstick. You're under NDA and I know about the stuff you've done.
As a Shinigami, Aizen's body is made of Reishi, being spirit matter, and empowered by Raryoku, being spirit energy. Entities made of Reishi are completely invisible to anyone without specific supernatural awareness, though a Shinigami's body is still tangible and can be damaged normally.
And with his Raryoku energy, Aizen can create incredibly powerful blasts. He's so strong, weaker beings will literally disintegrate if they get too close to him.
Yeah.
This is due to his Reiatsu, a localized
I need
spiritual
that.
pressure exerted as a result of his
Weaklings.
enormous power.
He also knows tons of Keto, or spells. He can create force fields, bend the light around him to
All right, so let's see what we got here. He has a lot of moves in Japanese that gotta learn.
Just all you gotta know is the numbers.
Invisibility. Got invisibility. Then he has soul cutting sword and complete hypnosis.
But you
That's
sleep
the-
like a Pokemon. But here's the thing, Bleach is always one of them shows, animes that I was mad I never watched because I love the animation. It's that, I always talk
Yeah.
about the old school stuff, and it definitely has that. It has that
Yeah.
appeal, and I liked it. I think because people around us, I don't want to say no name, used to always hype it up like it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like it was better than Dragon
we
Ball
love
and everything,
you, bro,
man.
but yeah. Shout out to him. But Bleach was good. Like I said, I just always just kept blocks of it.
Mhm.
So I know the characters, I know what they do, but I never really just watched it straight through.
Is it still going
This is
on? Or
one-
is it over?
I think they're gonna the manga's supposed to bring out a new chapter of it. You guys know the comments going on.
fire concentrated bolts of lightning and absorb the energy from his surroundings to make giant-ass energy dragons.
Perhaps his deadliest Keto is Kurohitsugi. After an extensive incantation, Aizen surrounds his target in an enormous black coffin that distorts space and time.
Put him in a coffin.
And tears its victims apart.
Aizen's plotting finally came to fruition during the invasion of the Soul Society, where he faked his death using his greatest weapon, his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu.
A Shinigami Zanpakuto is a magical sword that possesses a sentient spirit. Kyoka Suigetsu gives Aizen complete control over his victim's senses the instant they lay eyes on the sword. This complete hypnosis traps its victims in a nearly perfect illusion that Aizen can manipulate at will, making himself virtually immune to attacks while his opponents are sitting ducks.
It's so strong that it kept a group of ex-Soul Reapers known as the Visored trapped for over 100
This is gonna be
years
interesting.
without them even knowing it. It's one of the most
I'll wait till
broken
this
powers
done, but
ever,
I'm gonna-
and the
I got something
definition
interesting.
of anime bullshit.
But it was all worth it when he perfected his ultimate creation, the Hogyoku, an immensely powerful reality-warping device that, quote, materializes the user's wishes.
In Aizen's case, it realized his desire to become the strongest being in the universe. With it, he can heal any of his wounds, even when half his body is vaporized. And more importantly, it exponentially increases his power over time through evolution by turning him into a horrifying butterfly monster man.
A being eventually strong enough to dethrone and replace the Soul King, the deity that controls the cosmic balance. Even a minor disruption to the Soul King's influence led to the three worlds of Earth, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo to start physically collapsing.
Then it implied that the Soul King has
Basically
to be
Shao
outputting
Kahn.
enough energy to hold
it's like
all these places
almost
together at all
DC
times.
levels.
Considering each should be
Some comic
roughly
book
the
stuff
same
thrown in.
size, this would require an energy of over 140 zetatons of TNT.
Are they bigger or smaller than Yoda tons?
That's what I just had to think about.
The side effect of a sword swing. His casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just his Ryatsu alone.
He even defeated the rest of the Gote 13 without so much as breaking a sweat.
So he should be way stronger than Soul Society heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120-kilometer wide asteroid to pieces.
That's roughly the width of Great Britain. An asteroid of this size would have to carry a kinetic energy of at least 44 petatons of TNT.
And Aizen was so badass, he literally
I'm not liking
transcended other
this.
Shinigami in power. He was in a whole other dimension from the rest of them.
Until he fought Ichigo Kurosaki.
The battle we've all been waiting for. Way before this in the Soul Society arc, Ichigo was already as fast as lightning. And by this point, after all his power boosts, he'd even be faster than light. Hell, even weaker characters like this lady can dodge light beams.
Though their fight was epic, Ichigo had transcended the Shinigami as well, and even Aizen himself. Feeding upon his insecurities, the Hogyoku abandoned Aizen, who was quickly defeated and imprisoned within the bottommost level of the Soul Society's prison. Aizen was left alone. His great power he sacrificed so much to achieve was gone forever.
No.
Or
Until
was it? Somehow he ended up getting even stronger than before. But what made him so strong? Could it be the chair?
It's not the chair. It could theoretically be due to the chair's restraints.
Yeah,
keeping
because
his Ryatsu
this is
from
basically
properly
going on
releasing,
to what the
building
new
it up
manga
within
is
him until he
going
was
into.
stronger
Okay.
in base than he was at his previous max.
Nah, it's definitely the chair. And, since the chair could still hold him after he got stronger, wouldn't that make it even stronger than him? Even stronger than the Soul King? All hail the mighty Chair-sama, most powerful being in all of Bleach. He even managed to hold his own against the Quincy warlord Yua, who absorbed the power of the Soul King himself. He even used Kyoka Soigetsu to trick him, and Yuha's a dude who can literally see every
There
possible
it is.
future all at the same time. All according to Keikaku, bitches!
And after standing among the gods themselves, Aizen returned to captivity and pondered the meaning of his existence.
Even trapped in a prison, sealed off in a different dimension with a 20,000-year sentence, he remains the most dangerous being in the world.
Who knows what schemes are brewing behind those cold, calculating eyes? No compassion, no empathy, only the drive for power.
No one has ever stood at the top. Neither you nor me. From now on.
Yeah, everybody loved that when he took the
will
glasses
stand at the
off,
top.
slicked the hair back. Like, Urkel the stuff
All
on.
right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
all right.
All right.
Who you got?
I'm rocking with my guy Madara, but I will say Aizen is way stronger than what I thought he is. It's not going to end regularly. It's going to. I'm saying it right now. I never watched this. I'm saying it right now. It's definitely going to be a Genjutsu evolve.
All right, I'm taking Madara based off. He seemed like he had way more bullshit going on. That's it, bro. The pin was stronger on Madara's side than it was for Aizen's side.
You can see me.
I can see everything.
Did you see that?
There we go.
Drown in despair!
One part.
A human?
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Your parlor tricks. Don't get so full of yourself.
Already pulling this out already?
Hado 19. Kuro Hitsugi.
Nope. Listen. Perfect Susanoo, man. 10 tails. Yeah. We all know they can do that. But we got more.
Damn, you're super ugly. It's like they jump into these forms way too fast.
Yeah. Perfect Susanoo. Oh man.
Hado 99. Goryu Tenmetsu.
Shadow clones.
I love it. The thrill of battle. The pounding of my heart. The taste of my own blood. I love it!
I know what's gonna happen. I know exactly what's gonna happen.
Change your pick.
Nope. Not changing my pick.
You almost had me there, you tricky bastard.
Can't be over here.
Nothing escapes my illusion.
I'm not changing my answer. I know what happened.
Know your place.
I know what happened. Bye. Eat it.
What a wonderful dance.
What a wonder. Wait, let me make sure. Let's make sure. Let's fucking go, man.
Told you. That pen was stronger, man.
Genjutsu. I called that shit. Got caught in that genjutsu.
Aizen and Madara were extremely evenly matched in raw power and speed. By our calculations, Madara spreading the God Tree's roots with his chakra was about 7 times more powerful than the best that Aizen could scale to.
I told you Yoda Town was gonna.
I called that
being
shit.
roughly as fast as each other.
While there are a range of possible feats and numbers to go with to determine their limits, the point is they're always going to be close to even.
Which means the main thing that mattered here were their powers and how they countered each other. Madara's enormous variety of abilities eventually overwhelmed Aizen.
While Soul Reapers like Aizen may be invisible to regular people, the Rinnegan allowed Madara to see invisible spiritual beings like his own Limbo clones. Hell, the Rinnegan lets you see and remove human souls, and that's exactly what a Soul Reaper is.
Both Chakra and Rare Yoku utilize spirit energy and operated in similar ways, being formed into attacks like ninjutsu and Kido. That meant that Madara's ability to absorb ninjutsu allowed him to nullify the vast majority of Aizen's range attacks and even dispel his force fields.
And despite how OP Aizen's complete hypnosis was, Sharingan users can break out of illusions no sweat, even ones as powerful as Itachi's Tsukuyomi. And since Madara can switch between the Rinnegan and the Sharingan at will, he'd be able to break out of an illusion anytime he wanted.
Aizen's illusions are nearly perfect, but fellow Captain Unohana was able to subconsciously notice its flaws. With an eye as perceptive as the Sharingan, which can spot imperfections in genjutsus all the time, it was only inevitable that Madara would be able to quickly break out.
However, the same couldn't be said for Aizen, who never showed any resistance to the kind of mental illusions Madara can create.
Even setting illusions aside, the sheer quantity of offensive options at Madara's disposal, whether it be his clones, meteors, or monsters summoned by the Rinnegan,
too much,
kept
man.
Aizen constantly on the back foot.
But none of that mattered if they couldn't kill each other, and both had pretty insane healing factors that could recover from just about anything, except for those pesky 8 balls of doom.
Madara's truth-seeking orbs were capable of completely molecularly annihilating spiritual beings and preventing them from regenerating.
I'm so happy
again,
you got
Aizen was a spiritual being.
Since Aizen lacked the ability to do the same irreversible damage to Madara, the ghost of the Uchiha had exactly what he needed to put this actual ghost down for good.
Aizen was an unbelievably overpowered foe, but Madara's own powers, illusions, and devastating truth-seeking orbs allowed him to crush the ex-Shinigami.
Sosuke should have kept his Aizen the prize. And
do you feel any shame at all?
Moderately. Ha! Double fun. Suck it, Wiz.
The winner is Madara Uchiha.
This wasn't the season
Thank you for
finale, was
watching
it?
this episode
I don't
of
think
Death
so.
Battle. If you're looking to get some merch for the holidays, we've got a bunch of great new items from Death Battle and Rooster Teeth. From hoodies to t-shirts to socks to beer steins. Click that box and start shopping now.
There we go.
Damn it.
Oh, 100. There's your boy.
Can't say nothing about him though. What? Nah, Papa, I got this, bro.
I called it. It was another reason I called it for, because if you guys watch Death Battle, you watch Naruto beat the shit out of Ichigo, the main protagonist, in Bleach.
Okay.
So that was like one of my deciding factors too. Naruto characters are more stronger than Bleach characters. So that's what
even somebody like me looking outside, looking in. I know that. So it's like I kind of. That's why we both chose Madara at the beginning.
Yeah.
For the pin.
There you go, man. Power of the pen, man.
Yes.
That's what it's all about, though. But what do you guys think? We know we want to see all the Bleach lovers.
Tony!
Come on with the comments, man. Let us know what did they miss. We want to see it, man.
Like
Definitely.
always, I check our comments and I check the Death Battles comments just to see the back and forth between everybody because it's funny. I like
hilarious.
being petty. So I like seeing the back and forth between people because it always turns into first you're talking about the shows, then it starts people calling each other bitches and all that stuff. It always turns to violence.
We about to get up out of here.
Click down below in the description for that original Death Battle and all stuff we got going on. The merch. Check us out on our socials. If you want to further support your boys, hit us up on the what's it called? The Patreon. That's what it's called, and a YouTube membership. Support the team. Get the merch on your body. All in the description.
So all that being said, man, make memories, stay humble, live life, genjutsus all day.
I'm just an American boy, just dance.